In this worksheet, you are doing simple division facts, but it's also important to know the meaning of division so that when you're doing word problems, you will know whether division is an appropriate strategy for you to use. One thing to understand about division is that's the inverse operation from multiplication. So for this problem, 20 divided by 4, the related multiplication fact is 4 times blank equals 20. Division is separating things into equal groups, the opposite of multiplication, which is putting equal groups together. So one way to model division is to say I'm making groups of 4 and I want to know how many groups I can make with 20. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 4 give me 20. Another way is to start with 4 groups and see how many in each group. So 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and distribute 20 equally to see how many will be in each group. So that's 1 in each group for 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I have 5 in each group. You can also see that skip counting is a way to get the answer in a division problem. So you start with 0 and you do jumps of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps of 4 give you 20. Division is also repeated subtraction. So we start with 20 and we see how many times we can subtract 4. So that's once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. When you are doing division computation, you have 2 basic strategies that you can use. One is called the partial quotient method. In this approach, you can get closer and closer until you have the exact quotient. So you're dividing 20 up, say, in groups of 4, and you want to know how many groups you can make. And you say, well, I know I can make at least 2 groups, because that will use up 8. 2 times 4 is 8. And then you subtract, and that leaves 12 things still to be divided up. So I'd say, well, I know I can make 2 more groups. Again, that uses 8. I subtract, and I have 4 things left. I can make 1 more group of 4. That uses up all my things, and I have 2, 4, 5 groups of 4. In the traditional approach to division, you have to get the answer correctly. So you look at the divisor and you say, well, I can't divide it into the tens because there's only 2 tens. So I have to divide it into the entire number 20. You have to know at this point that 4 times 5 is 20 because you're trying to get as close as possible. 4 times 5 is 20, and then you subtract, and there's no remainder. Again, you get the answer 5. Remember, the important thing about division is that you are separating things into equal groups to find how many groups or how many are in each group. It's repeated subtraction, and whatever strategy you use for your computation, the answer to this problem, 20 divided by 4, is 5.